Hello there. It's been a big week of big matches this, and who's been busy rummaging through all the accounts? Well, the Cypriot government for one, and me. Lots of who, and indeed ha, from all over the world for you as we look through the paper reactions. There were vomit-inducing performances from Scotland and, quite literally, Argentina, who were playing 3,600 metres up in the air in Bolivia. Poor Leo Messi throwing up after succumbing to altitude sickness. Although, to be fair, he was playing several feet lower than everybody else. Well, a great front-page shot here on Olé of Argentina of Angel Di Maria, who scored Argentina's equaliser. There he is, clasping an oxygen bottle to his face, and the headline, "Play your heart out." 1-1 for them, keeps on top of the group. Elsewhere, Harlem Shake Impression of the Week award went to Montenegro in their game against England. Bystanders in the first half, then halfway through, suddenly running around like crazy and getting themselves a 1-1 draw that the local press, or a paper that I'm going to call Vigesti, got quite excited about. Vigesti, who endearingly still call England a superpower of football, or kryptonite might be a better description, describe the situation thus. Coach Branko Brnovic is a daredevil and a brave man against stars from the cradle of football from Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool and Chelsea. Montenegrins did not back off. Whatever happens to us in the end, even if we go to the playoffs or even if we drop out of the race, we've spent a year ahead of England, Ukraine and Poland, and we deserve to become the smallest nation ever to reach the World Cup. Well, hard to argue with that, eh? Elsewhere, Netherlands continuing their 100% record. The Orange are almost in Rio, says AD, 4-0 win against Romania this time. That's now 6 games, as the paper points out. 6 games, 18 points, and a goal difference of plus 18. Who would have dared predict that, says AD, 9 months ago with Van Gaal coming in off that terrible Euros. And, of course, this week, and above all else, perhaps, there was Spain. Now, a week ago, the world champions got themselves humbled at home to Finland. 1-1 it was, a Finlandazo, which kind of translates to unhappy finish, and left the Spanish second in their group, needing a win in Paris against France to avoid a probable playoff. Well, red alert, as El Mundo put it, World Cup at risk, said Sport. A little bit above that. Moo is ridiculous, we'll come back to that. But on Tuesday night, after all the fuss, a 1-0 triumph was enough to see the Spanish go back on top of the group. That's how champions win, says Marca. Spain are back, and underneath they highlight the goal from Pedro and also 2 match-winning saves from Victor Valdez that suggests that this game was anything but a pushover. Paris to Rio, the headline on Mundo, a line from a potentially great game of consequences that, while neighbours Sport have Pedro rescues the World Cup for Spain, Barcelona style. Inside their editorial says, every generation has its own footballing style, and there were many ways over the years that Spain could have reached the top, with force, with fury, with Butragueño and the Vulture squad. But it was with tiki-taka that Spain reached its apotheosis, whether the rest of the world like it or not. Long, therefore, may tiki-taka continue. Well, as for the French, they weren't too upset, going down with honour, being something of a local tradition. Aujourd'hui say, oops, back down to earth for Les Bleus, while L'Équipe choose to celebrate the potential in this side's young players. They're very much the future, of course. And oh yes, that Mourinho is ridiculous business back on Sport. This was FIFA this week, responding to Jose's suggestions that votes for him for FIFA's Manager of the Year award had gone astray. FIFA publishing one of the slips in question from Goran Pandev. It's signed by him and it features 3 votes, none of which were for Moo. Pandev's choices, Del Bosque, Roberto Mancini and Jurgen Klopp. Quite embarrassing that for Goran Pandev. I mean, Mancini? Well, anyway, in other news, fiscally prudent Italians, shocker, as Serie B votes in a salary cap. Yeah, they've decided that from next season, Italy's second division will have a €300,000 per annum per player before tax. Anyone pays more than that, and it comes out of the club's share of TV money. Ooh. In other fiscal news this week in France, the French FA have voted Monaco in exile, that AS Monaco must henceforth pay tax like all the other clubs in France do, or get out of the league. Well, Claudio Ranieri's side currently sitting top of the second division, so are below this for their promotion push. According, though, to the local paper Nice Matin, not as big a blow, though, It's the fact that one, Dmitry Rublev, the owner, his ex-wife wants a 5.8 billion euro divorce settlement, and two, the bulk of Rublev's money is in the Bank of Cyprus. Yikes. Well, we'll sign off today with this. Thursday's Gazzetta dello Sport celebrating 20 years of Totti. Nothing to do with Berlusconi before you ask. It's 20 years since Francesco here made his Serie A debut. Gazzetta call him a legend, a symbol, and they give him the first 3 pages of Thursday's paper. Space enough for him to reveal that he thinks only Leo Messi can do things that he can't, that Lippi is his favourite manager ever, and that he popped his cherry at 12 years old, cheeky fella, to a 17-year-old girl. Ooh, tutti frutti, or should I say, totti frotti. Well, with that, we shut up for yet another week, and next week the papers will be back with Champions League quarter-final reactions. Do make sure you join us then. In the meantime, though, happy Easter.